Electri, I thought I was supposed to show up next week. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Zenon Daney, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Electro Ninja's Lab. Yes, we are back with another chapter review. But also, I briefly want to address what you guys just watched a few seconds ago. Or whatever, however long the intro is. But yes, Dr. Fanu is gonna be coming to the channel next week, which honestly I'm really excited to bring him along with all of the other characters back onto your screen. Like I said, Dr. Fanu is going to be one of the main characters that is going to be showing up next next week. But on top of that, you guys are also going to be getting James Johnson and Admiral Teddy showing up again for their specific shows, coming back again, which, yeah, obviously with a History Tonight in the works and a Stuffed Adventures in the works. But there's also another character. Not going to reveal too much about who he is, but needless to say, you guys will definitely find his character to be rather interesting. And obviously, I'm being a little bit out of character right now, but that's kind of the point. Anyways, let's actually talk about this latest chapter of My Hero Academia, which I just have to say was rather interesting. A lot of the Deku stuff that's been going on recently with the Lone Wolf arc has been honestly a lot of fun. But getting to see this new character is rather interesting. And how her quirk exactly works, just her base quirk on its own, is rather interesting. The way that it looks is that she pulls hair out of her, basically, what I'm picturing is that she pulls the hair out of her head, which then gets sucked through her arm, down through her body, and then gets shot out of her elbow. Which is honestly just a bit insane. And pretty much all this chapter was introducing this character. Obviously seeing a little bit with Deku, but like I said, pretty much all this chapter was to introduce this new character. Getting to see that characters really fear her. She was a top tier hero, fighting alongside that of Hawks and Snipe, and both of them were scared of her. Like, Snipe is, as far as we see him, he is the best shot in the entire series, but because of his quirk. But he fears her because of the fact that she is able to manipulate her hair into bullets with such precise skill that she's able to outclass him in pretty much every aspect, which, what the frell? What the actual frell? I mean, wow. It's actually a bit insane to think about, that this guy who is able to cause, one, a lot of damage, but also is able to hit a target from a long distance away, even if they're ducking behind a wall, and still get them with pinpoint accuracy, and he fears this lady. That is insane to me. And basically everyone warns Deku. But it's even more interesting is that this character used to be a hero, and to a certain degree, some of what we've seen from her character already kind of show that, which is a weird statement to make for one of these really interesting villains. We get to, like I said, we get to see a little bit from her past from other characters' perspectives, but then we get to see her interactions with Overhaul as they're escaping from Tartarus. And it's honestly really interesting. She knows, at this time, remember that Overhaul has only been in prison for a very, very short amount of time. Yet she has grown a connection with him in that very short amount of time. Keep in mind, this has only been maybe a few months, I think. At most 3. Well, maybe more, because I guess it is technically April. So I guess it has actually been a bit more than I'm thinking. But the point is that he's only been in Tartarus for a very short amount of time. Barely been in there for long enough to have actually developed relationships, you'd think. But they've grown this connection to where she is protecting him. Protecting someone who can't protect themselves. Overhaul doesn't really have his quirk anymore. Both of his arms are gone, which is how he used his quirk. And we don't know if he's going to be able to use his quirk anymore. On top of that, his mind is destroyed. In every single moment that we've seen him since then, he's basically been blabbering to himself, just, the boss, the boss, the boss. And yet she still takes him with her. And for some reason, she doesn't even understand why herself. It's honestly weird to think about. There are these very few characters that we see them as villains, Stain and now her specifically, that these two characters are flawed individuals who still have a strong sense of justice, yet they choose to be villains for whatever reason. We still don't know what her reason is for why she became a villain, except for the fact that she's lost all hope in hero society, and that's basically all we know about her. Everyone else, there's pretty much nothing else that we need to know so far about what exactly is going on with them, and needless to say, it's confusing. I don't know. I want to talk more about it as we get to know these characters more, and since this short little arc within the Lone Wolf arc is probably going to take maybe 3 to 4 chapters, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, obviously, it is a possibility that there's only going to be one chapter for this battle, but considering the fact that Deku has been told that she is dangerous, I'm actually a bit intrigued to see if maybe he's actually going to be able to defeat her. I don't know. It's interesting. And I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of aspects to this character that honestly intrigue me. And I'd love to theorize, just go off on everything that could be happening with her. But unfortunately, I just don't have enough time. due to the fact that this is my final week of classes, yeah, kind of have to freak out a bit and make sure that I end with a high note. But on top of that, we also have the fact that next week I'm going to be going on a trip, and while I will still be doing some cool videos, including some videos with these different characters, it's going to be a bit of a chaotic time that you guys are going to be seeing from me. So just hang tight, and we will be continuing to do theories, but for right now we're just going to have to wait and see exactly what happens with all of these characters as we get pulled in to more and more of this amazing chapter of Deku's story. But anyways, guys, I know this video was short, but there wasn't much else to talk about this chapter, surprisingly. But anyways, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please make sure to leave a like, leave your thoughts and theories down in the comments below. If you are going to leave a theory, make sure to say theory review somewhere in your comment. And of course, if you guys do want to support the channel even more, then definitely head down to the description and check out all of our links down there, including our social medias, our other channels, and ways you can support us financially, including the merch store, the book, and the Patreon, which a big thank you to our current patron, Sheeny. And because I feel like I forgot, please subscribe and ring the notification bell, because it really does help us out a lot more than you may think. Anyways, guys, I have been Electro Ninja, and I will see you guys in the next video. But on!